Hello? Yes? Yes? Great. Okay. 我希望你们可以接受我用英文，因为我的中文不够好。拍谁？Okay. So my name is Chris Schorr, and I'm the English Language Program Coordinator for... It's okay? Okay. All right. Sorry. I'm the English Language Program Coordinator for Kaohsiung campus. Now, many of you are here today because you might feel a little bit unsure because the world is changing. And last year, we all know it changed in ways that we never imagined. But there is something that didn't change. And what didn't change is that Taiwan's economy is still made up 2/3 by exports. Last year, when the whole world was suffering economically, our exports grew by 5%. And we're all sitting here while many people are stuck at home. That wasn't luck. That's what we did. But the fact is, the world has changed. So, how are you going to adapt to it? The world has changed, and we need to change with it. So let me give you some information, a little bit of data to go with the situation nowadays. Last year, they did some research, and 2 months after graduation, 59% of job seekers still didn't have a full-time job. The people who are looking for work need to send out about 20 applications before they get an interview. And they need to go to about 6 interviews before they get a job offer. Then let's look at people who do get to work. The average salary for a college graduate is about 28,000 NT. All right? 2/3 of people who do have a job say that they're not exactly satisfied with the job that they have. And 43% of people feel that they don't really know exactly what it is they want to do. And then in addition, 50% of people who graduated felt that they just needed to get a job. Just get a job. Not the ideal job, just let's first get a job. Now, again, I want to ask, how are you going to adapt to these challenges? And so today I want to talk to you about how ITI can help you to adjust to these challenges that you will face and prepare you for the workplace. And I'm going to talk about how ITI can help you and why you should choose the International Business Administration program. Now I'm going to focus on the things that ITI can develop. 3 key skills. Obviously, for my job, let's focus on English skills. English skills so that you can communicate confidently and effectively in an international marketplace. Business skills so that you can step into the workplace and be familiar with what is going on. What are the trends? What are the issues at stake? And a third skill, soft skills. Soft skills so that you can be a more professional, international business person. Now, what are these soft skills? Soft skills are things that they don't put on a diploma. They don't put it in a course title. They're things like the ability to work under pressure, the ability to work to a deadline, the ability to lead a team, the confidence that you have in your abilities to pick up the phone and phone that customer, to stand in front of a group and speak, like our alumni will do later on today. These are things that ITI students get. Now, how do we do this? Now, first, I want to focus on the language lessons. Most of the programs at ITI incorporate strong foundations that focus on the 4 basic skills of language. So we have listening and speaking courses that help you to develop the ability to listen to native English speakers with different accents, all right, It will also help you overcome pronunciation problems, speak faster, and expand your vocabulary. We have writing courses that will help you overcome some of the persistent challenges that Taiwanese students have with grammar, while helping you to write better, more accurately, and faster. And then reading courses that will help you to also read faster, read and understand more vocabulary without needing a dictionary, and also remembering more of what you read. Then, all of these courses, those are the foundations. They all lead to a business communication focus. So they're supported by courses which, if I have to say, one of the first courses that students are exposed to is cultural awareness. It's not just something to be able to speak a language. It's also important that you understand how your customers or your business partners think and how they operate. And I mentioned this, so let's go back to what I said about exports. 2/3 of Taiwan's economy is made up of exports, but last year, 60% of employees surveyed said that they don't feel like they have the language skills to do business internationally. And almost half of the people that were surveyed said that they don't feel they have a global vision and understanding of what's going on beyond Taiwan's borders. Cultural awareness can help you develop that skill. Other courses that focus on business communication skills include exhibitions and presentations, so that if a visitor comes to your booth at a trade show, you can greet them, you can interact with them, you can demonstrate and present your product and company to them, and turn that visitor into a customer. Presentations courses will help you plan, structure, and deliver an effective and persuasive presentation, so that not only can you introduce your company, but you can persuade your audience to accept what you are selling them. Other courses include meetings and negotiations, which basically covers 6 months of building your skills to plan a meeting, to host a meeting, to offer your opinion in a meeting, and then moving on to being able to make offers, to respond to offers, and to get the best result for your company. In addition to that, we also focus on telephoning and business writing. Now, for telephoning, here's the thing. It's sometimes easier to be confident to speak to someone you can see. But when you have to pick up the phone and you have no visual cue, no visual information, people struggle. So this course helps you to use the most appropriate language to get your message across and develop the confidence to handle the situation. Now, with telephoning and going back to meetings and negotiations, the world has changed. Business travel is almost gone. So at ITI, we are also helping students develop confidence in the virtual communication platforms. For example, Google Meet, Microsoft Teams, and others. Because these are the things that you might need to use on your first day in the job. So we are moving with the times and making sure that you have these skills in your backpack of skills. So, in addition to telephoning, business writing. I mentioned earlier that we will help you to write accurately and quickly. In business writing, in business correspondence, you don't have time to spend an hour per email if you are writing 30 emails a day. And 30 emails a day is at the low end. So this is one of the skills that graduates often tell us this was one of the most immediate skills that they developed and benefited from at ITI. Now, it's good to have these skills, but of course you have to sell yourself in an interview. So at ITI, we also have a job search course where students are assisted in preparing a professional resume, autobiography. They're given the skills to write a good cover letter. And also they have the confidence to sell themselves in an English language interview. These skills will help you to stand out from the crowd, from the other graduates, so that you can get the job that you want and not just the job that you can get. Now, all of these things take place in an environment that really has three major benefits. Sylvia already mentioned about small classes of students between 10 and 14 students, taught by experienced teachers, which means that we can give you individual attention. We can give you individual feedback and help you overcome the challenges that you struggle with, because you are one person in a classroom, but every person has a different story, and we can address those. Outside of the classroom, there's even more going on, because there's students are encouraged to take part in other events. For example, or actually, let me just jump back a little bit. During the course of the day, ITI follows the English-only policy. Now, this is something you may have heard of before. This is where we encourage, motivate, and push students to speak English from when they wake up in the morning until they go to bed at night. Now, this is something that it's a part of every day at ITI. So every student is helping you. Members of administration, members of the faculty are all helping you so that you can practice your English in an environment where it's okay to make mistakes and learn from them. In addition to that, we also push students to participate in other activities. Students can form their own study groups. They can create their own industry discussion groups so that they can learn to or develop their interest in a particular industry. And because teachers tend to come from all over the world, we also observe or celebrate some international events. For example, Christmas, Halloween, St. Patrick's Day. But in addition to that, we also have cross-campus activities and competitions. For example, ITI Idols, which is a bit more fun, but we also have a business presentation contest every year, and which we will be holding in the next 6 months. So the key thing to remember with this, and from the ITI experience, is that English is a skill. It's not a subject. It's not a number next to your TOEIC on your resume. It's an actual skill. It's a language. And the reason that I am this confident and feel this passionate about ITI's program is because this helps English become a language that you use. Now, the thing is, does it work? Of course, if I'm asking the question, I'm going to say yes, right? Because the thing is, our success, we can see in how our graduates meet what companies need. Companies need people with a global vision. Companies need people with effective and confident communication skills. Companies need leadership. Companies need employees who can show initiative. And yes, companies need employees that are confident and accomplished in English. Now, let me give you an example of a student of mine from a few years ago. When she came to ITI, she was a fresh graduate. She was from Taipei and she had a BA in Spanish. She didn't have full-time work experience. She'd done 2 little part-time jobs. So her prospect was maybe a job at about 28,000 NT a month. She graduated in, July 2018. She got a job working in Taipei at a company doing technology sales. After her 3-month probation, her boss immediately raised her salary, and now it's between 35 and 40,000 a month. She does business with customers in Africa, South America, Latin America, and Southeast Asia. And something that maybe is not so obvious from this, but here's the thing. So she also now has almost 3 years of continuous work experience on her resume, not jumping around from company to company. So she has built a strong foundation to her career while she is now making her decisions for her next career move. So the question I asked her was, how did ITI help you? The company hired her as well as other freshmen, and I wanted to know, how is she different? And the 4 points that she mentioned were her English ability and her confidence to use it, the trade knowledge that she got from the business courses at ITI, and then here we have soft skills, her ability to handle pressure, and then also a competitive mindset that she feels ITI helped to develop. At the same time, she also recognized that success isn't guaranteed. It's hard work. You don't just get somewhere and ride the escalator to the top. You have to climb the mountain. And each of you, your mountain is different. So again, I'm going to ask you, how are you going to adapt to the challenges that you're facing and the uncertainties that you have? And I'm hoping that you will join ITI so that we can help you to overcome those challenges and prepare you for the next step in your career. So thank you very much for your time, and I'll be happy to answer questions during the Q&A.